Storm Broncos. They meet in the NRL Grand Final this weekend, so we've got to find out who we think is going to win. So let's get tipping. First, though, we have to look at our prelim final matches and how we predicted them. Now, the first game was Storm versus Sharks, and as predicted, Storm won. They booked their place in the Grand Final on Friday. They won 22-14. Now, I predicted Storm to win by 10. They won by 8. So that straight away gets me the 2 point for the win and the 0.5 for the close result. And looking at the game, I think Storm were pretty comfortable for most of the game here. They won fairly comfortably, pushing away Sharks. And that just shows the experience in finals that Storm have. They were comfortable and they were all around very, very good performers. So that is the first one that makes it through to the final. Now, the second game was on Sunday. Oh, Panthers had a chance to give it an attempt for 5 in a row, and I feel we bottled it. Panthers, we were 14-0 up at half-time and then dropped 16 points in the second half. Now, I'm there watching the game, and I'm screaming, thinking, take the penalty kick. Take the kicks. There was a few opportunities where we could have taken penalty kicks to get the 2 points, make it 16-0 maybe, or actually the Broncos scored one early, so make it 16-6. No, 16-4, because they Broncos missed a couple of kicks. But the point was, Panthers had the chance to kill off the game. And then all of a sudden, we were really, really under the cosh, and we screwed it up. It's really disappointing, actually, because Panthers, where they were at the start of the season, really struggling, and then the form that pushed them through, they did really well in the finals, but they could not get over the line. Now, Broncos, I will have to say, being 14-0 down at half-time, fair play to Broncos. They managed to pull it back. They had the unruly desire, they had the concentration that allowed them to get over the line. So fair play to them. It does mean, though, I get nothing because I did Panthers to win by 8. With less games going on, there is certainly less movement in the league table. Now, number 1 is still Midori, 179.66 points. And I think that is now the game. That is Midori number 1 spot for sure. Now, the next is Hacksaw in second place and with 175.99. I think that place is also secure. Then we go down the list. So Elmsey is up 1 to 3rd. Ajax is down 1 to 4th. Think Outside the Square is 5th. AU Beach Bum 6th. Marty 7th. Benjamin 8th. VAMH goes up 1 place to 9th, and Boggy is down 1 to 10th. That is the top 10. There is still potentially a little bit movement available in the top 10 and just below. Let's see. We've got Hazy is up 4, trying to make the top 10. It's possibly doable. Aaron is up 4 and gets the golden hat this week. Well done. Mr. Grumpy, Brupel, both down 4. I am there. I go up 1 place to 27th. Not too bad. Room for improvement next year. But Stormy May, oh no. What have you done? The wooden spoon. You must have got both wrong. Both wrong. How did you get both wrong? You must have gone Sharks and Panthers to win. Oh my God. I understand the Panthers, but the Sharks? No, surely not. Well, there is the league table after that week. So the grand final at Stadium Australia in Sydney. It is a neutral for both teams here. 5th of October. Very, very exciting. Storm versus Broncos. So if you look at it, it's 2nd in the league versus 4th in the league. So it's not quite Raiders who finished top that managed to get there, but it is still top 4 teams that made it. So fair play to them. Now, looking at this, I think I know who I think will win. Looking at it, I think Storm certainly have that big game pedigree. 15 players boast 21 combined grand final appearances. That's pretty impressive. So that certainly shows a major experience edge they have. Carrigan's return and Haas power give Brisbane a formidable engine room. But Storm Pack's depth, right? They've got the depth that can certainly balance it out for sure. Harry Grant versus Corey Pakes, that is the crucial hooker battle that we're going to face here. I don't know. I don't know who wins this here. I think if you look at Grant, his sort of service and decision making is pretty elite. So he may get the edge on that one. Reece Walsh, he's got that explosive counter-attack ability. And I think that certainly remains as Brisbane's best weapon. But Storm's kick chase system are built to contain him. So whether or not he'll be able to actually achieve that is another matter. Weather conditions, it's looking like it's going to be pretty good weather, to be fair. So I think maybe that helps Storm's kind of structured approach. I think Brisbane got more of a chaos game, which would be better if it was a wet weather maybe. So I think that possibly suits Storm. Accor Stadium Australia, it's a neutral for both. However, one key stat I did find is Brisbane have lost 8 of their last 11 games there. Now, once again, I always say that previous results aren't necessarily a guarantee of future results. However, that does speak a lot, right? And I think Storm potentially thrive in a neutral stadium. So I've got to give them the benefit. So my prediction for the 2025 NRL Grand Final winners is Storm by 8. Well, what a weird season it's been. There has been some really strange results from Panthers really, really struggling for most of the first half of the season and then finding incredible form. For Bulldogs being top of the league for most of the season and then all of a sudden dropping. Raiders being really, really consistent all the way through. Sharks having a little wobble and thinking, are they going to make it into the top 8? And then they resurge and really, really perform to make the prelim finals, which was impressive. There was teams that I believe could have done better or should have done better, such as, I still believe Roosters should have done better. Dolphins, Cowboys, in my opinion as well. So it's been a weird one. It's been an interesting one. And hopefully we're going to have an incredible grand final. So thank you so much. All season, you guys have been joining me. And we'll do it all again for 2026. Of course, we want more this year. Next year. I want even more people joining in. But thank you so much. If you want to like and subscribe, that will mean the world. All the socials are down there. And I'll catch you on the next one.